Hello, welcome to Monday Morning Matters live broadcast show brought to you by Magna Craft Consulting Team, anchored by Niyi Dunmade, a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting in the U.S. Here, each Monday of every week, we address important, relevant, and actionable topics of interest that will help you and your church grow healthier. And now, meet your host, Niyi Dunmade.
Welcome. Thank you for hooking up to this live broadcast show, Monday Morning Matters. My name is Niyi Dunmade. I'm the founder and the CEO of Magnicraft Consulting. Magnicraft Consulting is a church consulting firm that helps local churches to grow healthier through empirical assessment, trainings, and strategic blueprint. Okay, and of course, our vision is to be the leading church health consultancy that creates sustainable, actionable, and adaptable solutions. I'm a certified church consultant with the Society for Church Consulting and Church Consultation Universities, both in the US. I'm also your host to the weekly Facebook Live broadcast show on Monday Morning Matter, 7 a.m. Nigerian time. I'm also known as a church health guide of the 21st century. And so a big thank you to everyone who is sharing our content, dropping some comments for me, telling us how timely this broadcast content is. And then we have started church growth mindset. How do you install that mindset in your church? If you missed episode 1, that was like the foundation. Please don't miss it. The Bible says in Amos chapter 3 verse 3, except two agree together, they cannot work together. So for them to work together, they have to agree together. Okay, Amos chapter 3 verse 3. So we talked about the fixed mindset. Fixed mindset is when you are fixated on an excuse, believing that all your talent, skills, qualities are fixed traits and there's no room for improvement. It's hard for you to change. But the church growth mindset is believing that whatever input or effort or energy you put in place over time should and can lead to growth and improvement in your church. So what we're trying to say is that for you to able to install a church growth mindset. Okay, church growth mindset. There's a book I read many years ago. It's called The 5-Star Church. If you are leading a church, I will encourage that you read that. Today is going to be very short because of technical issues. So, church growth mindset. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. So, if you can think it, then you can see it. If you can think it, you can see it. Church growth mindset is basically a function of perception and attitudes. Perception and attitude. I can say if that is true for a man, it's also true for a church. That as a church thinketh in their heart, so she is. As a church thinketh in their heart, so you see. So your church is a function of the predominant thoughts that is in your church. Your church, whatever state they are, whatever position they are, is a function of the predominant thoughts that is going on in your church. So one of the things I will say quickly is that I want you to look at the book of Acts of Apostles clearly and see how you can learn some of the perceptions, the attitudes, the mindset of the early church to see how you can imbibe some of those mindset in your own church. Okay, the mindset of that they had everything in common, the mindset of there was love present there. They were concerned about the brethren. They were concerned about their leaders. They were concerned about the less privileged. In Acts 6, the widows were complaining that were neglected in the daily ministration, and they were concerned about the widows' complaint to be able to reach out to them to solve their problem, because solving that problem brought about a multiplication of disciples. You see, there's a difference between disciples multiplying and church multiplying, or when you have church growth. Disciples multiplying has a greater effect in your church than your church just being growing or multiplying. So what are the mindsets in the church? subsequent Monday morning, we're going to look at those issues to see how we can install some of those mindsets in our church. You see, when you see a big church, there is a predominant mindset that runs that church. And if you are a small church or a mid-sized church admiring those big churches, you have to know that for them to be able to run effectively, they need a mindset, they need a perception to be able to run those systems effectively. I want to wrap up the cutting today short so that next Sunday we're going to go deeper on how to install this church growth mindset in our church. Okay, so many things to share, but time is running out of from us today because we want to make it short today. So look at the book of Acts of Apostles. That was when the early church was born, and the descriptions of the early church is what we use as a prescriptions for today's church. So look at the Acts of Apostles. What are the things that were predominant in the early church? What are the things that were predominant in the early church? You can see that on the screen in Acts chapter 2 verse 42 to 47. You can see worship, fellowship, discipleship, evangelism, ministry, prayer. And in Acts chapter 6, you could be able to see strategy, structure, leader, outreach, onboarding, the same thing as assimilation and resources. So all these things are what, all these church functions are what, all these church systems are what makes the church to work together in harmony towards church health. So looking at those big churches, they have systems running for them, and they have people who have the right mindset, who have the church growth mindset to run those systems. I want to wrap it up here. If you have any church related questions for me, if you have any comments, please to comment on the social media handles, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and please, if this video has been helpful to you, please give it to us a like, share us to your community, and drop us a comment. I would love to hear from you. I also want to learn from you. Drop me a comment in the comment section in the YouTube or the Facebook. Please, I would love to hear from you. We also do consultations, we do revitalizations, we do trainings. I just came back from the city of Calabar to do a lot of trainings for some pastors, leaders, and workers. We also do strategic planning for churches. Reach out to us and let's see how we can help your church move from where it is right now to where it should be in God. Till I come your way next week, Monday, with a continuation of church growth mindset in our church. I say bye-bye. I love you, and God bless you. Thank you so much.